It's showtime. Okay, we were just talking about to ourselves here about how terrible California is burning up. It's awful. Never, I don't think there's ever been a disaster like this in any state in the United States.
No, this is greater than wars. This is sort of like the Second World War in Europe. This is what the Nazi Germany did. It was just burn up entire cities with fire bombs and that kind of stuff. And so this is what we got here.
Yep, yep. Gavin Newsom just bought a $10 million house with a salary of what, $300,000 a year? That's a magic trick, isn't it, Doc? Yeah. I wonder where all the extra money comes from to pay all those payments. Good question. Anyway, hey, Helen, I know you can't talk, but do you get the news about the fires on your news channel? Yes, no? You can unmute yourself. Unmute, yeah.
Shar, repeat the question. I didn't quite catch the question.
Have they been showing all the fires on your news up there?
Yes, although because I don't like our news and what they report and things they say, I don't watch the news too often.
Don't blame me. I got to that point too, because they signed a law a couple years ago that they can make fake news here. They can lie through their teeth and it's okay. Yeah. And I don't know if that's a constitutional law or not, but it's like, what do you want to watch? I mean, it's like watching a soap opera because they're lying through their teeth. And the sad thing is people like my sister believe it, and it's hard to deal with stuff like that. But whatever. I know what you mean, though. I don't. It's all it does is makes me depressed to watch all that. I see all these people. There's over 10,000 people that have lost their homes, not counting all the churches, schools, grocery stores, hardware stores. I mean, churches. It's like a whole town gone. Quite a few towns, actually. It started. Oh, and Mel Gibson lost his house. He was on Joe Rogan, Doc, and when he came back from the interview with Joe Rogan, his house was gone. Not good. So anyway, we're just talking that I would prefer cold weather to fires. You can bundle up in snowsuits and everything, but when you get hot
and wear your little hat,
you can only strip down so far, right? So I'll take the cold any day. I got a snowsuit.
Yeah, one of my friends, her son is a fireman in Malibu.
Oh, that's not good.
No, not good at all.
No.
The fires have started up again in Malibu?
They've never had anything under control as far as I know. And they're talking about the winds building back up again, coming off the ocean, I guess, is what it happens. I don't know. But I'm not going to complain about the cold weather. I love it. It's better than a fire. So I just got my coat on. I'll stay warm. That's okay. My son's been building a fire in his
recording
stove. His fire insert. Somebody's got problems. Anyway, so his gas bill at his house was only $30 because he keeps the fire going so his furnace doesn't go on. And mine was $333. So there's quite a difference building your own fire. It definitely saves money. So he's happy. So anyway, everybody, thank you for tuning in. And we are the Die Hard Health Gurus. And they're talking about med beds being available to people by the end of this month, and they're going to
Or you're
further.
breaking up. You're breaking up. Your sound
I
is
don't
bad.
know what else to do here.
Okay, that's good. You're closer to
Okay.
the microphone.
They're going to have med beds in the future available to buy for your home. But the bottom line is the new, like Robert Kennedy, they're going to get into natural health and taking things and products that are not going to hurt us. Because most of the prescription drugs are poison and they're based in petroleum, and they actually don't make you better, they make you worse. And Doc alluded to that when he talked about Johns Hopkins University, that they discovered or figured out that the more prescription drugs you take, the faster you die. And they have never did a study on somebody that takes 2 prescription drugs or 3 or 4. They've never studied polypharmacy. So they have no idea what polypharmacy does to the human body because they've never studied it. So the bottom line is they're going to start promoting, and they call it suppressed information about natural healing. And that's right up our alley. So you can go on a med bed and get better, but that's not, what are you going to do? You can't just go on a med bed every day, but you need to take supplements every day. So the bottom line is go on a med bed and get rid of all your ailments, but then you need to take our products so you don't get sick again. And so I think that this is all going to help when all this information comes out. I think this is going to really help our business grow, because they said these are suppressed information. You know what we talked about, the minerals and stuff, Doc.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I remember years ago when I first got, involved in this, that you talked about the minerals that they got. Our natural minerals got 6 rare earth minerals in the bottle, like europium and praseodymium and stuff. And any one of those 6 minerals given to laboratory animals at the rate of 1 microgram a month will double to triple their lifespan. This is all information that we got to start really trying to push to the general public, because they need our stuff much more than they need chemical drugs. And our stuff is not going to hurt them. It's going to help them, where chemical drugs is going to kill them. It's the number 3 cause of death, really. And the number 1 cause heart disease, and the number 2 cause cancer. A lot of it is caused by the stuff poison they give us in the food, the air, and everything. Like fluoride is a byproduct of aluminum manufacturing, and it has to go. It's toxic. It's a friend of mine who passed away had a video of how they spilled the fluoride at the water treatment plant when they're putting it in the water. And the fluoride comes like in a milk tanker truck. And when it got spilled on the concrete, it ate through the concrete. And they had to call hazmat to clean it. Now, I mean, if it eats through concrete and they had to call hazmat to clean it, why would we want that in our water supply? That doesn't even make any kind of sense. Right. So hopefully this is all going to start coming out to the general public, which it needs to do. And we got to do our best to make sure that people are aware of it. And if you don't want to take care of yourself and want to die, it's a free country. We can kill ourselves any way we want, right, Doc? You can go without a helmet on your motorcycle and kill yourself, or
this is why we have books and CDs and DVDs. A lot of people don't listen to CDs anymore, but people who do a lot of driving listen to CDs. We still sell a lot of CDs to people who do a lot of driving.
Yep.
And so it's a way of educating people. And so if you have somebody in your family, somebody in your workplace, someplace in your church, someplace in your neighborhood that have health problems, find out what the health problems are. And the odds are we have a program to prevent it and fix it. Okay,
exactly.
because there are no health problems that are unpreventable and unfixable. They're all preventable and all fixable. And so
And not only that, but we don't kill people. We help them. We make them better. We don't make them worse.
that's
Yeah.
correct.
Where the chemical drugs are so bad for you that they don't really save very many people. They finish them off. And chemotherapy is another thing. They lie to you about that. I read a thing from they said women who get breast cancer, this is like 20-year-old information. Women who get breast cancer, if they just leave it alone, they live an average of 12 years. But if they treat it with the cut, drug, and burn technique that the medical profession has, they live 3 years. So if you get breast cancer, you're better off to leave it alone and ignore it. You'll live a lot longer than if you go with their cut, drug, and burn poison. And those are facts that you can look up yourself. I mean, and that's what people need to start doing, is look up as much information as you can and make a more of an intelligent decision. I mean, I would never get chemotherapy because I know the likelihood is you're going to die from the chemotherapy more than you're going to die from the cancer.
That's why we have 25 best-selling books, because people want information so they can do a better job of helping themselves. It's more economical, much safer, and much more successful to treat yourself if you're getting information that's useful and good. And so this is why we chose certain subjects that the medical profession was doing a bad job on. And so we chose those subjects to come up with plans to prevent them, those diseases, to reverse them if you had it, to reverse it and reduce the symptoms as well as get rid of the disease. And we've been very, very successful over the years. We continue to be successful more and more and more. And it's one of those things where, well, my doctor didn't tell me that. Well, no, because they make their money just like a farmer makes his money by milking the cow. Your doctor makes his money by milking the patients. Okay.
Making you sick and not telling you how to stay better. Not
That's
only
right.
that, but you sued the FDA over selenium. Michigan has such a high rainfall. We have no selenium in the soil, not enough to keep you alive. And if you read the label on our selenium, it's dosed at 90 tablets, capsules a bottle, and it's for a 100-pound person. So that means a 100-pound person needs 3 a day. So if a person weighs 200 pounds, they need 6 a day. And if you do what what it says on the bottle, the odds are it will eliminate breast cancer by 80, I think it's 82%. The selenium will. So you're much better to take selenium every day. I do. I don't miss a day. Take selenium every day and make sure you don't get breast cancer in the first place. So it just, and I still go by my husband's family as a good, how would you call it? My husband, I gave him supplements. He lived to be 80 in 3 months, and he outlived 4 of his brothers, 2 older and 2 younger, by anywhere from 11 to 22 years. And that's the same gene pool. Not one of his brothers lived, of the 4 that died, none of them lived to be 70. They all died before they reached 70. And he lived to be a little over 80. So I think that's a good gauge to at least proves to me that taking supplements definitely pays off big time. And it's certainly better to take care of yourself and not get sick in the first place, because they don't know what to do with cancer. I mean, what they do is not helping it, it's making it worse. And if you look at the statistics, you'll find that to be true. So the lady that lived with me, she got according to the doctors, she had ovarian cancer. She went to the health food store and got it's a tea they make out of it. It's called chaparral. It costs like, I don't know, less than $20 for a bag of it. She used it, made tea with it, and got rid of her ovarian cancer, which is usually fatal. So assuming the doctors diagnosed her correctly, that for less than $20, she got rid of ovarian cancer. So all it is a matter of doing some research and learning to take care of yourself naturally. It's much safer. It's much less lethal. I mean, there's no side effects with natural stuff, period.
And much more economical.
Yeah. Even Eddie Albert, who's passed away now, I got him on a video years ago saying over-the-counter things like aspirin and Aleve and whatever, all those Tylenol are 2 million times safer than taking prescription drugs. Just over-the-counter things that you can buy without a prescription. So that's impressive. And those are things that we need to start, raising back all this information and putting it back in our dialogue. So people need to hear it over and over. It's kind of like when you go to church, you hear the Bible over and over and over again. It's the same thing with healthcare. People need to hear it over and over again.
Well, sure, that's why I like the CDs and DVDs, because you can play them over and over and over, and you get the information, and the family comes over, they hear it, and the other part of your family comes over, they get to hear it, and you get to hear it again. Okay. And so I've received the Lifetime Achievement Award from the United Nations. Not many people get that. Very proud
Not
of it.
very many.
Also, I got the Klaus Schwartz Award for finding the cause, prevention, and what should I say, elimination of the, let's see here, this disease was killing all these babies as a birth defect. Okay. You know which one I'm talking about, the birth defect.
And that's another thing. Women need it, like you said, start taking supplements 6 months before they even get pregnant. So you don't have to. My gynecologist told me that when a woman has a deformed child, it affects the whole family. And a lot of men can't mentally handle that. And it causes a lot of divorces because
they think there's something wrong with them. Of course, cystic fibrosis is a disease. When you and I came along, cystic fibrosis was one of the most terrible diseases that afflicted humanity, and terrible birth defects, and people would go on forever and die in their teens and die in their 20s and so forth from cystic fibrosis. And I found out it was a simple nutritional deficiency. And Dr. Milan and I, we went to China and we did autopsies on 1,700 kids under the age of 10. And they had what was called Kishan disease. Well, Kishan disease in China was the cystic fibrosis in the United States. And so when we learned what to do in China for the Kishan disease, we started giving that to the kids in the United States. Guess what? It went away. I discovered the first non-human case at the Yerkes Primate Center in primate. And also, have you ever heard of SID, son of death syndrome, Char?
Oh, yeah, you eliminated that by putting selenium in the baby formula.
See, now you know more now than the doctors did back then, even still now, maybe today. Okay. And it's one of those things where doctors were blaming the mothers for laying on the babies and suffocating them.
Which is not true.
Yeah, no, not true, of course. I had to sue the FDA 8 times in federal court, because every time I would sue them and win, they would sue me again. So I'd have to re-sue them and beat them again 8 times. And they gave up because they spent like $80 million suing me 8 times. My mother and I had to sell our farms to get the money to keep suing them. And we eliminated, you don't hear about cystic fibrosis anymore. You don't hear about the metabolic syndrome anymore.
No.
Because we eliminated those things. You don't hear about them.
And it's almost like they don't want anybody to come up with the formula to prevent all this stuff because it's money out of their pocket.
That's correct. Because before we had the resolution for all these diseases, doctors were becoming millionaires and billionaires. Okay, just treating symptoms, and people were so happy. Oh my gosh, I was in pain for years, and now in just 3 weeks on this new drug that the doctor gave me, all the pain's gone. But they died like 3 months later from the disease because it just got rid of the pain, didn't get rid of the disease.
I don't know if you guys remember, but years ago, they were selling diet pills quite a few years ago. And it turned out that they were chocolate covered tapeworm eggs.
What kind
and
of
I
pills
never
were they?
forgot that.
What kind
And
of egg?
now there's a new diet drug that's on the market. And you know what it is? It's made from some kind of snake or
You have to speak
Gila
into the phone. We
monster
can't hear
venom.
you.
Paralyzes your stomach. Now think about it. It paralyzes your stomach so you can't absorb anything. That means you can't absorb anything. So you're literally starving to death, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so I don't know how many people are going to end up dying from that. But whenever they have this diet stuff that works, I think, what have they done this time? Because it's got to be something sinister like they usually do. And yeah, the lady that used to live with me told my son about it. It paralyzes your stomach. It's some kind of snake venom. So I wouldn't take it. It's a prescription drug. I certainly wouldn't take it. It's better to be fat than to poison yourself that way. They don't care. They don't care if whatever their little thing is kills you. That's collateral damage, right? They could
Yeah,
care less.
they just want the income stream to keep coming.
Yep. So anyway, I think what's coming out with these med beds is going to help our business more than hurt it, because between your med bed treatments, you can't go every day. So if you can go once a year to get a med bed treatment, what are you supposed to do in the rest of the year? You need to take supplements to keep yourself healthy so you don't even need to go back to a med bed, right? I mean, if you're not getting any diseases because you're doing preventative maintenance, you're not going to even have to go on a med bed. So the goal is to take care of yourself and practice preventative medicine. Learn what foods are not good for you, like fried foods and grease and fried canola oil, which is really called rapeseed oil, right? And avoid it at all costs. No fried foods, no oils, no soda pop. Try to cut down on sugar as much as you possibly can. And
Peanuts. No
eat good.
peanuts.
The what?
No peanuts.
No peanuts. Yeah, no peanuts. Cashews and pecans and all the good peanuts. All the good.
Tree nuts are good, but no peanuts.
Not peanuts. Peanuts grow underground.
Yeah,
They're
they get infested with a fungus called Aspergillus flavus, and Aspergillus flavus produces a toxin called aflatoxin, which produces cancer.
Exactly. Exactly.
You
And not
remember,
only
Char?
that,
Remember, Char, when all the bears and all the zoos all over the world had liver cancer?
yes.
That's
And
because they were
you,
getting fed peanuts by the guests. When we stopped that and started making them buy like popcorn and rice sticks and stuff like that instead of peanuts, all the liver cancer and all the bears and all the zoos around the world stopped.
Yep.
The only animals in the zoos were getting cancer were the bears because they were getting the peanuts with the aflatoxin in it.
people thought they were doing something good for them and they were killing them and they didn't even know it. Yes. Yes.
And that was killing the babies and killing the kids who were eating peanuts and peanut butter. Okay. Peanuts with the beer on Fridays and Saturday nights. That's where they got the idea about alcohol causes all this cancer. No, it's the peanuts that they're eating with the beer on Friday and Saturday night.
Yep. Yep. Remember there was a restaurant that used to have peanuts sitting out on the tables, remember? I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but hopefully they quit serving them, I hope. And everything is knowledge is power. And that's why we need to be able to get to people in a way to be able to keep the message going, because if people, it's just like all these fires, you know, when the news doesn't report it anymore, people kind of block it, just forget about it. And those people, it's going to be years before those people get their life back together. But if you don't see it and aren't reminded of it, you kind of forget about it. There's so much stuff going on in the world. It's hard to keep up with it all. It really is.
Okay,
And
do we have any other questions from any of the other people on the air with us?
I don't know. Let's see. It's the bottom of the hour almost. Does anybody have a question? If they do, either raise your hand. Martha has a question. Go ahead, Martha. Martha, you're muted. You need to unmute. Unmute. We can't hear you. Ask to unmute.
Oh, no, that's
Okay,
hold on.
We can hear you now.
Now we can't hear you anymore.
No. Oh, now she's muted again.
Okay, here we go.
That's better.
Yeah, so I got an email from a person who has essential tremors. And I looked it up because I didn't know what essential tremors were. And it's like in your face or your hand, but it's just one area that shakes and you can't stop it by yourself. And they're wanting to know what they can take to deal with that. So
Okay,
is it like
essential tremors?
Yeah, tremors. And so like this person, it's like their jaw, their chin, it just kind of all the time. So is it like the head thing, or is it a nerve thing?
It could be the head shaking, it could be one hand shaking, it could be your leg shaking.
Right.
Okay. And so, yeah, you need to get rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no brown around oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks, no peanuts. Okay, get rid of all that. And then take the 90 essential nutrients. Okay. And of course, we have the Healthy Start Pack, we have the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. And then, of course, it wouldn't hurt to tremors. I would throw in the I-26. I like the chewables. I like the French vanilla. I take 3 of those twice a day. They also come in banana coconut. That's our biggest sellers. You take 3 of those twice.
Coconut.
Yeah. And then the other, of course, is the, let's see here. I would throw in the, let's just go with that. Oh, go with the Rebound or sports drink with all the nutrients in it. No carbonation, Rebound. So you have something to drink energy.
Okay. Synaptive or?
Sedaptive.
Okay.
Synaptive's good. I take 2 of those twice a day. And then also the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Get circulation to the brain, circulation of the heart, circulation of the lungs, circulation of the kidneys, circulation of the liver, circulation of the muscles, circulation of the bones. Ultimate Daily Classic. And I take 3 of those twice a day. And when you look at the table where I eat my meals, there's out of our 650 products we have, let me back up, out of 2,000 products we have, 650 diseases we deal with, to over 2,000 products. I have 50 of these products on my table. I take at least 3 of those products twice a day, of those 50 twice a day. And I develop them up, divide them up so that they're take 50 at breakfast, 50 at dinner time. Sometimes if it's a little kid, they'll take 30 at breakfast, 30 at lunch, and 30 at dinner time. Okay. And an enormous benefit for health. Eliminate all these silly little symptoms and diseases and problems that are due to nutritional deficiencies. And if people are going to go to the bar and drink beer and eat peanuts with it because the peanuts are given to them for free, be sure that you're taking the 90 essential nutrients, add the extra selenium, add the extra glucogel. What else?
the rebound you said.
Rebound, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you just reminded me, most of us on this call have been around a while, and we've gone to dinner with you, or we've gone out to eat with each other. And it's a longevity group, because we order and then we all pull out our bottles that have like all of the longevity tablets and capsules in it. And it's part of the conversation, part of the meal. Yeah. Thanks, Doc.
Absolutely. Yeah, but absolutely, because I have them all on a tray on my cupboard, on the top of my cupboard in my kitchen. And I need to get somebody to videotape the I-26 and the King Calcium. I bite little pieces off and give it to my dog, my 5-pound Yorkshire Terrier, Dolly Bear.
Don't forget the
And she
Arthrodex.
loves them. She loves that stuff.
Don't forget
Well,
the
of course.
Arthrodex.
Yep.
Well, Char might have to start taking Orthodex to get her dog to take it. We want to be like our mamas.
And talking about suffocating babies, rolling on them, she sleeps. Last night she slept under the covers with me. The cat slept at the foot of the bed. So she's 5 pounds, and I have never crushed her. So, that's ludicrous to think that a woman would roll on a baby.
Yeah,
She's
no,
smaller than a baby, and I have not rolled on her.
That was all nonsense. Those babies died of a heart attack. That's why when we got, I sued the FDA 8 times in federal court, got the nutrients put into the baby formulas. Within 3 months after winning those lawsuits, all the sudden death syndrome, all the SIDS stopped.
Yep, absolutely. You can't argue with success. Okay, Sue Litchfield's got her hand up. She needs to unmute. Sue, you need to unmute.
Okay, thank you, Martha, for getting me unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Shar had started talking about the breast cancer thing. Well, I have a friend who weighs 135 pounds, and she's about 5'5", and she has a reported lump area on her breast, and they're talking about doing all the mammograms and for metastatic cancer. My question for Doc is there an alternative through longevity nutrition that would be good for the breast, along with help slow or prevent cancer growth?
Well, again, this is where people need to take the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. They need to take the extra selenium. They need to use Rebound instead of this carbonated drinks. And
what about Zerofem? Would that help for cancer, Zerofem?
Could. No way to tell, depending on what kind of cancer it is.
Okay. And there's the Woman's FX also as another female product. Would that be, would you recommend that, or should they first clean their diet, get on their 90s, increase their selenium and other antioxidants?
Yeah, try that first before you start adding.
Before we start adding the Zerofem or women's products. Okay. Thank you.
Also, years ago, when I first got involved with this doc, so it would have been in the early 1990s, there was an article in the Grand Rapids Press that in some other country where they had national health insurance, they had an article that 3 out of 4 women who got mammograms got breast cancer regardless of their age. I actually went to the Grand Rapids Press to try to find the article, and I couldn't, but I tried. So there's obviously information out there that mammograms cause breast cancer rather than prevent it. So after I read that, I never got another mammogram again. I won't. So it's just obviously anything they seem to want to do is to make you worse instead of better.
Well, we can get a thermogram, can't we? Isn't that preferred?
Yes, a thermogram is much safer than a mammogram. Mammogram is not good for you.
You know, well, mammogram is radiation.
Yeah, radiation causes cancer. Plain and simple.
Right. Okay, well, I don't see anybody else's hand right now. But I do have an emailed question, and this is about shingles. A 72-year-old man came down with shingles, and he is trying to handle the pain. What can you recommend for the pain, Dr. Wallach?
Is he a roofer?
No.
Okay.
I hope not in zero weather with snow and ice everywhere.
Not gonna be a roofer in this weather, not here.
Okay, well, you have shingles and pain kind of thing. Need to get rid of all the bad stuff. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, butter, rhinos, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet one's got to go. One healthy brain and heart pack per 100 pounds of body weight. If they only weigh 110, 120 pounds, be a half a dose of breakfast, half a dose of dinner. If they weigh 135 pounds or more, they need 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. Take a full dose of breakfast, full dose of dinner. Then for shingles, they need the skin care. Okay. Okay. And they also need, things like herbal rainforest. Okay. To clean their digestive system, herbal rainforest. Be careful. Don't overdo it. Just take, if they say take an ounce of your body weight, take only a half ounce to begin with, so you don't get screaming diarrhea or something like that. Then you also need to take the selenium, extra selenium. For a 100-pound person, they could take 2 or 3 twice a day, or selenium. That's going to help the immune system. We have our hair, skin, and nails. Hair, skin, and nails will actually support healing in the skin and hair and fingernails and toenails. And so those are the kind of things you can approach to begin with.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Wallach. Sue has her hand up now.
Yeah, go ahead, Sue. You're unmuted.
Okay, great. This next one is an older gentleman who has past history of alcoholism, and now he has bladder cancer, being told that the bladder cancer was probably in relationship to his alcoholism. What nutritionally can we do to help him to recover from this, bladder cancer?
Well, again, it needs to get rid of all the bad stuff and take the 90 essential nutrients appropriate for body weight. And then it needs to really support the immune system. And this is where the selenium comes in, 3 of those twice a day per 100 pounds of body weight. Okay. And anything we have for the immune system should be taken. Okay. And let your own immune system fight cancer. Don't stop going to the doctor. Go to the doctor and let them kind of tell you if it's getting worse or staying the same or getting better. So you'll know what I'm doing must be doing some good if I'm getting better. Okay. So you need to still, continue going to the doctor, but
Okay.
Doc, could also take the Oxybody cherry berry. That would help him.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. Another question he had when we talked about fluids was how much water would help with getting everything circulated in his body and washed out and things like that.
Well, this is where rather than just water alone, I'd go with the rebound.
Okay.
I take this rebound. I take 2 of these a day. One, say, before breakfast, one before dinner time. You tear the corner off, pour it in a bottle of water, shake it up real good, and I'll drink that for the first half of the day, and then take the second dose for the second half of the day. I wouldn't take it after, say, 6, 7 o'clock at night because it might keep you up. But this is actually made for Theo Ratliff. It's great for athletes. Great for, if you look at our flip chart, okay, look at the flip chart. It goes into all the different diseases that are fixed by taking these nutrients. And there's hundreds of diseases that are prevented and reversed by taking these nutrients. Listen to the flip charts. We're talking about famous people who allowed us to show their pictures and tell their stories. We're talking about professional athletes, professional movie actors, professional singers, very successful business people, politicians. And, you know, they had everything from Parkinson's disease to cancer to liver disease, kidney disease, you name it. The neurological system, brain stuff, you know, all that stuff can be prevented and go away by taking these nutrients.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Lisa has a question for Doc.
Hi, I have had chronic high pressure in my eyes, and I get these eye drops from the eye doctor. And if I don't keep taking them, the pressure just keeps going up. So it doesn't cure anything, and it makes my eyes just burn constantly.
So you're treating the symptoms. Okay,
Yeah.
how old are you? How old are you? How old are you?
Oh, she got muted. Somehow she got muted. You need
Okay.
it on.
Okay, sorry. I'm 63, but I've had this problem for, I would guess, at least 10 years.
Okay, and so do you have any ringing in your ears or balance problems?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you have any skin problems?
Skin problems? No, sir.
Okay. So the only problem you have is this eye.
Which
Yeah,
is high
both
blood.
eyes, the high pressure that's in my eyes. Yes.
Okay, both eyes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You may
Which
have
makes my
osteoporosis.
vision very blurry.
You may have osteoporosis of the skull, squeezing the optic nerves. The
Yep.
optic nerves come out of the brain, go to the eye, carry messages from the brain to the eye through the nerve as well as the arteries and veins, and then the eye sends back information to the brain on that same nerve, and also veins and arteries go in the other direction. Okay, so this is one where you may also want to add the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets to it. It's good for the kidneys, good for the arteries, so forth. Don't forget the I-26. It'll help rebuild the brain and spinal cord. I-26. I like the French vanilla. They also come in banana coconut, and those are chewables. They come in capsules. You can just swallow them. They come in powder you can put in a drink. Okay, the I-26 would be very good for you for this. Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Keep in touch with us. Let us know how that goes.
Okay, thank
Because
you.
problems with the eyes are very common, and they're caused by the skull squeezing the optic nerve and the optic artery and vein. So the message going from the brain to the eye are afflicted, and the message is going from the eye back to the brain are being afflicted.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. We have a phone number that has their hand raised that ends in 2103, and I think they're unmuted. Please go ahead with your question for Doc.
Thank you, Martha. Hi, Dr. Wallach. Hi, Shar. I just wanted to thank you again. That was Lisa that you spoke with the other day, Dr. Wallach. She has the son that is paralyzed from T7 down. And her sponsor is Joe Esposito. Joe's on here. And I just want to thank them, and also Dia Sears. She has a wonderful testimony. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Thank you, Dr. Wallach.
Okay, well, thank you for the feedback. And, you know, we just love to help people, and your whole team there is special. And of course, Shar has been a driving force for all of us. So we cannot thank
Yes, she is.
Okay, so let's see here.
I'm trying to unmute Dia Sears so she can give us her testimony.
Okay. Who is it?
Um,
Who wants to give us a testimony?
Dia Sears, you can go
Are
ahead.
you okay? Do you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay. Yes. My testimony is that I've been taking 3.0, and boy, I see a difference in me in my walking. I had fell and I got up without any little sore, but I am walking much better. And I like the 3.0, and I take the Z Radical and pollen burst and the rebound. Those are my things. But two, I want to ask Dr. Wally about I have dizzy, I get off balance. What
Okay.
shall I be taking for that off balance
Yeah. So
syndrome?
you may have osteoporosis of the skull and also a problem with the demyelinating diseases, the white matter of the brain and spinal cord. So don't forget the let's see here. You need to rebuild the myelin. Okay. So you need the I-26. How much do you weigh?
Okay.
Eggs too, eggs.
Oh yeah, I eat a lot of eggs
I'm sorry.
Good
Say,
for
with
how
the
much you weigh?
yellow running. Did you say that?
I can't hear. What is she saying?
I said I eat a lot of eggs.
Okay, well, that's good. Just don't fry them. You can have them boiled, you can have soft scrambled in butter, but don't fry them.
Right.
No, I don't fry them. I'm mostly sunny side up.
Okay, good. So you need to don't forget the I-26. Take 2 or 3 servings a day. That's going to help you considerably.
Oh, I-26. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Dr.
Yeah,
Wallet. I
that'll
really
rebuild the brain,
appreciate it.
which is connected to your eyes. The optic sends messages to the optic nerves, the optic artery, and the optic vein. The eye sends back information to your brain through the optic nerve and the optic vein, the optic artery. And so they all need help, including the brain and the white matter of the brain, which controls how well the nerves and the spinal cord act. Okay.
Okay. So I-26.
Yeah, add the I-26
Okay,
to your
so
program.
continue to take that what
And continue to do what you're doing because you're improving.
I-26.
All right, but add I-26 to what
Okay.
you're doing. Okay.
Also, the
Okay.
lady that used to live with me, she swore by the occutive. It really helped her sight greatly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I take Occutive and Vision FX. I take both those
Yep.
just because I don't know if you need them, but I take them.
Would those maybe help Lisa too?
Well, yeah. I mean, if finances are not an issue, you take all 3. Take the I-26.
Yeah.
And take the Occutive and the Vision FX.
Yeah.
Don't forget the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. I mean, I could go on. We have
Right.
all these programs for each tissue in the body.
Right.
Oh, we got Sue has got her hand up. Go ahead. She got it on mute. Sue, you need to unmute. There you
Did
go.
it get unmuted?
You're
Okay.
unmuted. We can hear you.
I heard Doc say, about finances and stuff. The Occutive, because I was adding it to, I've been doing products for over 20 years. And because I was adding it to my list of other products, and it's a little bit, it was new on the product line and new for me. I found that putting it in with a little bit of either the BTT rebound, a little bit like a half a teaspoon of that, then I could sprinkle it all day under my tongue and use it for 2 days instead of 1 because I have absorption issues.
Well, there you go.
So under the tongue makes some of those added things more absorbable and maybe not so much volume the first time you're trying them, just to give it a try.
Okay, thanks for that feedback. Appreciate it.
I have an emailed question. We have an 80-year-old woman who was 5'2", 110 pounds, and she has burning in her mouth every time she eats. She recently had colon surgery for an abscess, but the doctor does not know why her mouth is burning whenever she eats.
Okay, the odds are she has osteoporosis of the skull. Okay, and as the skull is squeezing the 7th and the 8th cranial nerves, okay, which deal with those areas, okay, and so and all the nerves under the tongue and in the mouth and the throat. Very, very important to take those nutrients. And when those nerves get impacted by osteoporosis of the skull, when you eat, the nerves kind of swell up and the hole they're going through gets tighter. And so that causes the burning.
Very interesting. Thank you, Dr. Wallach.
You bet.
Yes,
You do all
that
that
is
and then give us some feedback. Give us a call in 2 weeks and 4 weeks and let us know how it goes.
Okay. Okay. Well, it was emailed, but we can try and get some feedback on
Okay,
that.
yeah, get some feedback. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Great. Well, do we have time for one more? I have another email.
We've got time for one more.
go ahead.
We have a 48-year-old female, 137 pounds, 5'5". She's been on the 90s for 10 years. She has overall good health, gluten-free, follows the good food, bad food, but she's having digestive issues, especially with certain foods. The clinic that she goes to is suggesting extensive testing. What would you suggest? And are there some foods other than the good and bad that she should eat or avoid?
Well, she needs to look at the good and bad food list, see if there's any of the bad foods in there. Okay. And then, of course, again, does she have osteoporosis of the skull? And certain foods will set off inflammation and cause swelling so that the skull is squeezing those nerves. And so, there's all kinds of possibilities there. But if she only has that burning in the mouth when she's eating, then there's something associated with eating. So it should be easy to
Yeah. Well, the burning of the mouth was the other person. This person has like IBS.
Oh, irritable bowel syndrome.
Right.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
IBS, okay.
Yeah.
So IBS, yeah. So irritable bowel syndrome, got to get rid of all the bad foods, okay? And that includes carbonated drinks, and even the diet ones got to go. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, no wheat, brown rice, no peanuts, no peanuts. Peanuts, get that fungus growing on it, Aspergillus flavus, which produces aflatoxin, which produces cancer. And a lot of times it doesn't quite get to the cancer point, but they get all kinds of terrible inflammation in the liver in particular. And because of the fungus in the peanuts. So got to stay away from the peanuts.
All right. Thank you, Doctor. Well, you mentioned the carbonated drinks, and I've been having a discussion with a friend this week about why you shouldn't drink carbonated drinks. And I told him that it interferes with the absorption, but is there more to it than that?
Yeah, well, carbonation neutralizes stomach acid, so you cannot absorb nutrients, okay, or digest food, okay. So yeah, carbonation. The only carbonated drinks I think that's healthful is what is it? 7-Up? Is that the one? There's
or ginger ale is good for your stomach.
No,
not ginger ale.
The ginger is good for your stomach. You can get ginger pills and take ginger pills.
You can also put a drop of ginger essential oil in your navel.
Oh,
quick relief.
Dr. Pepper, that's the one. Dr. Pepper is a drink. This gal just died at 104. She was drinking Dr. Pepper her whole life. And Dr. Pepper is made from water that's loaded with minerals, because locally where it's made, it has minerals in the water. But also they put in, I don't know how many different herbs and stuff like that in the that particular drink, Dr. Pepper. And people who drink Dr. Pepper do much, much better than those who drink other carbonated drinks.
Well, I've been arguing with my brother about giving up his Dr. Pepper. I guess I'll have to stop.
Yeah. You know,
I did not know that.
Yeah, he just died. It was a woman too. She just died at 104 or something like that, 106. Been drinking Dr. Pepper her whole life.
Wow.
It's interesting. Very interesting. Well, we have about 3 minutes left, Dr. Wallach. Do you want to take that? Does Shar have anything else, or?
If you have one quick person, we have 3 minutes.
No, we have 3 minutes left. Did you want to take it? Does Shar have something to say? Does anybody else have a question?
Well, I just like to say that I think that we're coming into a new era of time where all the things that we've been doing are the correct things. And we've been educating people, and we need to continue to do it, because the tide is turning toward our point of view, our solutions for the problems. And we've been right all the time, but now it's coming to the point where they're admitting that we've been right all the time. People like Doc had it figured out a long, long time ago. And so,
well, we're family, we're a team. Thank you, Shar. Thank you, team.
we are. We're an extended family.
I just wanted to say to the people who are on their phone, if you want to raise your hand, it's *9. So I didn't know if were there any people out there on their phones that had a question for Doc. We have just a minute or so left.
We'll have to wait
till next week.
Till next week.
Okay.
They could call Shar now, or tomorrow or something. But I have so many. I had 4 Zooms today and long distance calls, and
it's a busy time. Thanks for your time, Doc. I'm always grateful that you're able to be here with us every Wednesday. We really appreciate your presence and your wisdom.
Well, thank you. Not too bad for an 85-year-old.
And
I was telling somebody that today. Oops, I need to unmute everybody.
So the truth is always the truth. It never changes, right, Doc?
That's correct.
The truth is always the truth.
Char's been an angel of God in there fighting that little gal. I don't know, you weigh 100 pounds, Char?
I weigh about 100. Last time I got weighed, I weighed 109.
109, okay.
Yeah.
Frank Fred McCarthy.
Okay, God
all right.
everybody.
Tried to unmute you if you want to tell Doc goodbye.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you, Doc. Everybody.
Martha,
Everybody for being here.
thank you, Shar. Thank you. This is Deborah.
Thank you, Van.
Valentine's Day is our next celebration.
Pass the message. Pass on the message. Save as many as we can.
Yep.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's what we're going to keep trying to do.
Yep.
Never say die.
Have a good week.
Okay,
And always find the truth. Look for the truth.
Bye. See everybody next time.
Introducing our most advanced nutritional support, 3.0 Rise and 3.0 Restore by Youngevity. This all-new 2-part formulation builds upon almost 30 years of research and success of our legacy nutrition products. This is BTT 3.0, but with a new identity to highlight the inclusion of targeted support ingredients for an even more robust supplement. The new 3.0 Rise and Restore boosts health around the clock, using time-duration nutrition for better absorption and utilization of each ingredient. This dual system goes beyond vitamins and minerals to provide targeted support for things important to all of us, like cognitive health, stress defense, mood wellness, and more. Designed to be taken specifically in the morning and evening, Rise and Restore gives you exactly what you need when you need it for maximum health benefits. Formulated with more whole foods and plant-based ingredients, this system is the most comprehensive nutritional support ever offered by Youngevity. Rise is gluten-free and vegetarian-friendly and features nootropic cognitive support with energy and metabolism-boosting ingredients as well as mood-boosting components. It also provides phytonutrients for everyday antioxidant and immune support and cellular hydration support. Restore is also gluten-free and vegetarian-friendly, designed with restorative nutrients to help your body recover from the day's stressors, featuring circulation and cardiovascular support, ashwagandha for relaxation and stress relief, detox support, pre- and probiotics for good gut health, as well as an adaptogenic blend for reducing stress, anxiety, and fatigue. Together, these innovative research-driven formulas provide a full-circle approach to daily foundational nutrition for an active life, all in great-tasting new flavors that make this product an easy lifestyle addition you'll look forward to each day, to help set the tone for productive days and restful nights. As research continues to identify opportunities to improve health, Youngevity will be at the forefront of those discoveries. Our mission has always been to support your overall health. Now we're going even deeper to target and support your optimal health, wellness, and happiness. Welcome to a new era in Youngevity nutrition.